Welcome to the Best 5-Minute Wine Podcast. I'm your host, Forrest Kelly. From the seed to the glass, wine has a past. Our aim at the Best 5-Minute Wine Podcast is to look for adventure at wineries around the globe. After all, grape minds think alike. Let's start the adventure. Our featured winery is... All right, let's focus on the wines. You said you had 27?
We currently sell 27, yes.
Okay, and then starting in 1978, you've kind of expanded that, I imagine, but can you highlight some of the highlights?
Sure, there's basically 3 different categories. The grape wines, we make pretty much every major vinifera varietal that you can think of, anywhere from Cabernet Sauvignon, Pinot Noir. We've got a Moscato, Chardonnay, Pinot Grigio. Pretty much they're all there. We make the states-only method Champenois, fermented in the bottle, champagne. We've got 11 fruit wines. We've got 2 meads, 2 honey wines. And we actually make something here that we could have been famous for. Back in 1990, we started making what we think might be the United States' first premium sweet red table wine. I mean, there were sangrias and stuff back then, but nobody really made sweet red wine. And we started doing that after a 60 Minutes piece came out that said what we're not allowed to say by federal law, that drinking wine, especially red wine, can help clean your arteries, help you live longer. So a lot of people started wanting to drink red wine, but they didn't like the oak, the very dry oaked red wine. That's what people they progress to that, but nobody ever starts drinking that. We have the infamous Roadkill Red, which is a semi-sweet Colorado red table wine.
Okay.
Yep.
Is that a big seller?
That's a trademarked brand, yes. It is a big seller. Up until recently, it was probably our best seller out of everything.
Wow.
But being in, and it took off right away being a semi-sweet red wine, and it was such a hit, we started making a sweeter red wine called Eclipse Sweet Red Wine. We also make port here. We pioneered in Colorado anyway. We pioneered making pretty much every type of wine you can make.
Do you enjoy making the mead? I know you can make that year-round, and you've got the labor with the bees. You got to pay them well.
Yeah, they're more work, but yeah, it's fine. They do good. Yeah, mead's fine. I mean, fruit wine and mead wines are harder to make than grape wines. Anything will ferment. Anything that's sweet will ferment. But can you imagine a pot of honey fermenting? It sort of looks like the mud pots in Yellowstone. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or the fruit wines. You press a grape, you get free-run juice. Consider pressing a peach. What do you think you get? It's sort of a mush, you know what I mean? It needs to be diluted. But we use real fruit here. There's no fake stuff. It's all real and right off the tree or off the bush. And we do well with them as well.
Are there any that you've mentioned so far? Is there one that you're most proud of? And
my old friend Robert Madavi used to say when he was asked that question, he'd say, "My wines are like my children. I have no favorite." But to be fair to you, I mean, it depends on what I'm doing. If I'm sitting in a hot tub, one of these fruit wines is simply wonderful. Well, with a steak, a good Pinot Noir, Cabernet Sauvignon. Seafood, we've got a kind of a buttery Chardonnay that just is wonderful with seafood. It depends on what's going on.
Looking ahead down the vast grapevines, anything new and exciting in the future, or you're just going to keep grinding?
We're going to keep grinding and make the best product possible. We don't have time to do anything else for us. If you need something else, please call, and I want to thank you for thinking of us and giving us this opportunity.
Before we close out the show, I'd just like to thank David Main. David has lended his talents with new music for the show. He does custom scoring and sound design for all types of media. If you're looking for ideas or you've got something specific in mind, reach out to David. It's David Main, M-A-I-N-E, scores.com. I'll have a link to his web address in the show notes. Let's enjoy a couple of seconds of David's music. Thank you for listening. I'm Forrest Kelly. This episode of the Best 5-Minute Wine Podcast was produced by iHism. If you like the show, please tell your friends and pets and subscribe. Until next time, pour the wine and ponder your next adventure.
Hi, before you go, we have exciting news.
The Best 5-Minute Wine Podcast has teamed with a breakthrough technology
and added a new feature on our website
that's bound to elevate your podcast experience.
Here is where we need your help. Trying to remember something from an episode?
Don't worry.
Search for it, and we will find it for you. Have you ever thought you could just ask questions and chat about the episodes as if you were talking to me?
Well, now you can. That's right. Our episodes are now interactive, and they're waiting to have a conversation with you.
Jump into a chat with our podcast, and let's get the conversation started. Try it out, and tell us what you think.
Click on the banner at the top of the website, thebestwinepodcast.com, to try it.